Recovery extends on the straight with Nifty now inching towards the 23,400 mark. And broader indices seeing a healthy outperformance. All sectors are once again advancing in trade with real estate, durables and autos leading the rally. IT is the only relative laggard.
And realty stocks are abuzz with the index surging over 3% and all constituents in the green. Brokerages point to strong sales momentum with Q4 likely delivering 10 to 15% growth and FY26 sales seen rising over 20%.
IPL-linked stocks are buzzing with RBSG Ventures surging 16%, Sun TV gaining as franchisee valuation hit a new high. Deals for Rajasthan Royals and RCB peg valuations at over 16,000 crore, marking a 15 to 20x jump since 2008.
Demand capital rallies after the RBI approved the change in control, clearing Avenir Investments' proposed stake acquisition. Avenir will invest over 8,800 crores with potential ownership rising to over 63% post the open offer.
HDFC Bank gains even as Bernstein flags persistent structural concern, weak deposit growth, CASA pressures and elevated loan-to-deposit ratios remain key overhangs. While the long-term franchisee remains strong, a meaningful re-rating hinges on improved growth and profitability.
And Natco Pharma approves demerger of agrochem business into Natco Crop Health in 1:1 ratio. The unit contributes a small 1.5% to revenue, but the move sharpens focus on core pharma operations.
Hello and welcome. You're watching Buy Now, Sell Now. I'm with you, Kavita Thapliyal, and with me is my colleague Ankita Saxena. In next 1 hour, we'll be answering your stock-specific questions. That's right. And before we begin, let's just quickly flash the WhatsApp number on your screen so that you can start sending us your questions. Write on the name of the stock, the price at which you've bought it, and the timeline till when you want to hold it. We have our technical as well as fundamental guests live with us. We'll be answering your WhatsApp questions and even talking to you live on the show. But then let's quickly do a quick market check where we can see definitely the bulls look like are back in the market, and it's relatively across sectors. We can see a broad-based sentiment lifting that we can see in the indices, reality, metals, media, PSU, banking, signaling a strong risk appetite coming in. Financial and auto also gained steadily right now. The overall momentum is really nicely supported by them. IT relatively as compared to these sectors, lone laggard, indicating sector-specific weakness that is already there in the news. Market sentiment appears very positive, widespread participation pointing out continued bullish undertone in the near term. But yes, a lot of things develop are yet to be seen the way we are looking at the war situation panning out. But as far as levels are concerned, the broader markets are definitely outperforming, with small cap almost small cap 100 up almost 3%, mid cap we can see up almost more than 2.5%. On the Sensex right now it's close to 1500, 2% up, 75,558 is the level. Look at Bank Nifty, 1273 levels, 2.5% up. The market breadth is fantastic right now, 2667 advances, 271 on the declines as far as NSE is concerned. Tech Mahindra so far as laggard or losers we talk about is the only stock that we can see slightly down by 2.25%. But then that's up on the market, and definitely we'll be discussing more with our experts on this. But then let's shift our focus to the FNO snapshot. Let's look at FNO 360 powered by 5paisa. Our colleague Sanjeet Mangat is there with us. Sanjeet, hi, morning. And positive sentiment in the market. Looks like the bulls are trying to catch up. But then what's happening in the FNO market?
Surely it's a positive sentiment which is there in the market, and the Nifty is trying to hold on to 23,300 mark. But Nifty Spot up 2% about 23,300 at 23,387, a premium of nearly 117 if you compare it with the April futures there, and open interest up nearly 7.72%. So clearly a rollover happening to the next series. Nifty Bank again up 2.45% in today's trade, with open interest up nearly 3.69% in the April futures. So again, these two key indices are seeing a rollover to the next series, which is the April series. Now look at what's happening in the snapshot. You have long build-up happening in across all the private sector banks, public sector banks like SBI or PNB are seeing some kind of short covering, including Bank of India, but other private sector banks are seeing some long buying there. Open interest in Nifty March 30 expiry series gives you an indication of where the put writers are active. At present, they are active at 23,300, adding open interest there. There is a steep increase in open interest in 23,200 and 23,100 there, with 23,000 being a base as we speak. So if you look at the distribution, you have the base coming at 23,000 with good support here. 23,500 is a good resistance coming in with respect to call writers taking up positions, and 23,200 is where a base is now getting formed. If the market continues this current trend, there may be some kind of pull down to a lower level, and there will be some kind of support coming at 23,200 level. Saman Capital, up 11% in today's trade. Keynes is 7% up, and Piramal Pharma is up 6% in today's trade. In the losers, you have United Spirits, which is down 1.7. Oil India and Tech Mahindra are the other stocks which are down in today's trade. Again, open interest gainers include Bajaj Finserv, where long buying is seeing Bajaj Holding and BEL are the other stocks where long buying has been seeing, and 14% jump in open interest for Bajaj Finserv as we speak. Among losers, you have Ireda, IAX and Piramal Pharma, where some short covering is being seen, and open interest loss of over 10% in each of the counter. Now look at what's happening in the top traded stock options. HDFC March 800 call. The premium is up 2.80 at 5.5. There's an unwinding of positions happening at there. That's primarily on the back of short covering which is coming in. The stock about 780 levels as we speak. And L&T 3,500 March put is also one of the most active puts at this point in time, with premium down 40 at 10 rupees 30 paisa, and open interest up by nearly 32,000 contracts. The stock up nearly 119 in today's trade. Back to you, Ankita.
All right, Sajid, thank you so much for joining us for the roundup of the FNOverse. But it is that time of the show where we get started with all your stock-specific queries, and the number is flashing on top of your screens. You can write into us with the buying price of the stock, the holding period, and your question, and we'll get them answered by our experts who are now joining us. Shahina Mukaddam, who's the independent analyst, and of course we have Himain Kapadia also, who's joining us, technical associate DR Choksi Finserv. Both of them are joining us. So good morning, and thank you so much for taking the time out and joining us. Let's get the first question in. This is Ravi from Hyderabad. He says he's bought 255 shares of HDFC Bank at 810. Can he accumulate more? Okay, so he already has. Himain, let me come to you because I would want to ask you if this is the right time to enter HDFC yet again. Is this a good entry point to accumulate more of HDFC? He's not given us a time horizon though.
A very good morning to you, Ankita. Thank you for having me on the show. So it's a pleasure. Well, to your question, it's a yes and no. Is it a good time to accumulate HDFC Bank? Yes, but I would say partially. I do not go the whole hog. We've gone to 740 and bounced back. This was the monthly support level, Ankita. And once again, there's a recovery, not a rally. So okay, it's a very different market, but I don't think HDFC Bank looks like making a new high in the next quarter or even a two. So what I suggest, you can buy some now. Mentally be prepared that you could be seeing it again at 740, and that's where you should have some more money to add. So succinctly put, buy some, but not everything.
Right, so a staggered buying would definitely make sense right now if you want to make the most of the levels in HDFC Bank. Then let's move on. We have our live viewer also connected on the phone line. This is Mr. Srinivasan from Chennai. Hi, sir. Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Fantastic. Thank you.
All right. Lovely, sir. Thank you so much for sending us your question. You can ask away. Our experts can hear you.
Yeah. See, my question is, I recently bought Sun TV Network. See, I'm a new investor, just started my investment just in the last 1 week. So I bought it for $599. So it's around some $625 or something. So is it good time to really sell it out, or can I hold it for some more time? Just thought of maybe checking with you guys.
All right. There's the IPL impact that we can see on the counter as well. Do you watch IPL?
Yes, I do.
Okay. All right. Let me ask this question to both of our guests. Shaina, What's your take on IPL? Are you really watching it this season?
So I'm not a cricket fan, but
Okay.
I believe the valuation that it gives to Sun TV is very good. I would say at least 10,000 crores of the market cap comes from there. Now, whether they encash on it or not is a question. But I would believe, just to answer him, is that yes, you continue to hold Sun TV because valuations are extremely attractive at current levels, and did have some bit of softness in their subscription income in the last 9 months, but I believe over the next couple of years, they should be pretty competitive. So you continue to hold for higher levels.
Na's take is to continue to hold. Hemant, what about you? And which team are you cheering for?
Well, I have a very clear home bias, so
Okay.
Mumbai Indians all the way,
Mumbai
frankly.
Indians, yeah. I guess. Thought so. Okay. So what's going to be your recommendation or advice to him?
I would agree with what Shaina said. But technical is also matching what she said fundamentally. 650 is important. We have not closed above this level since week ended 17th April 25 as far as Sun TV is concerned, Kavita. I believe the setup seems to indicate volume, oscillators, build up, everything seems to show that we are setting the stage for a further upside. The close above 650, 690. Succinctly put, hold.
All right, thank you so much for being in on Sun TV. But now we have a caller live who's joining us. Triambaka from Mysore is now joining us. Hi, good morning, Triambaka. Thank you so much for calling in.
Good morning, everyone. ET now. Thank you so much for calling. I hold that SAM
So,
SAM India projects.
okay.
I hold it 100 shares at around 700 rupees per share.
Okay.
I'm a long-term investor. I wish to know if I buy now to average it down for long-term perspective, or should I exit? Kindly let me know.
Okay, Semi India projects is Cementation India is what you're talking about. That's what you
Yes.
bought, and you bought it at a buying price of 700 rupees, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so and you have a long-term view on it. You want to hold it.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
a long-term investor. Should I hold it or exit?
All right. So clearly, you're sitting at a loss right now. Let me come to you first on the fundamentals, Shahina. Cementation India, is it a good hold? Firstly, for the say, if we take a time horizon of he's a long-term investor for the next 1 to 2 odd years. Firstly, and then we'll come to Himane if what should be the strategy in case you suggest otherwise.
Yeah, I would suggest that you continue to hold Sim India. It's a good company, and they are actually now getting a lot of projects linked to Adani Group. And as you know, there's a lot of infrastructure development that is happening by the group. And I would believe that they have got a very good order book position. It's a good company to hold for the longer term.
So it's a hold on Semi India or erstwhile ITD Cementation India. But coming to you, Himane, he wants to add more. So Shaina has already said that he can hold it for the long term, but he wants to average more into the counter. Are these the right levels to enter more for more?
Yes, Ankita, I think so. He can probably invest. I think he can probably add more right now as we are speaking. Very strong support at 480, 500. We've turned from 503. Short-term bottom in place. Probably medium-term bottom is happening. But yeah, I think he can add more at these levels. Looks promising, and a recovery is a very strong possibility from you.
All right, you can add more, and that's the advice coming up from our experts. Okay, time for a very special initiative. 20 years of telling India's story. Times Now has always put India's agenda first. As we mark 2 decades of deliberation and action, we turn our gaze to the future, to a Viksit Bharat. Leading the charge on charting the roadmap is the Times Now Summit, a definitive leadership platform that brings together the country's most influential leaders, thinkers, and change makers, all driven by one goal: shaping India at 100. Join us on the 26th and 27th of March in New Delhi as Times Now leads the national conversation where ideas meet intent and India's future takes shape.
Times Now Summit. Action begins here.
Welcome back. Here tuned into Buy Now, Sell Now, a show that answers all your stock-specific questions. The number is flashing on top of your screen, so do write into us or call us, and we'll get your questions answered by our experts. And now we're joined by a live caller, Vijay, who's joining us from Madurai. Hi, good morning, Vijay.
Yeah, very good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Vijay. A good day for the markets, and tell us what is the question that you want us to answer for you?
Yes, ma'am. I hold the 50 shares for ONGC at the price of 285. At the current market scenario, can I sell or hold my position, ma'am?
285. Okay. All right. Your first question is on ONGC. What is the time horizon you're willing to wait, or you just want to exit it? Like, what is your time horizon? Is it for the short term or long term?
For long term only, ma'am.
Okay.
It is a upward stock, so right now I buy for 285, but it comes around 270. But I have hold 50 shares. For long term, I will hold a sell, ma'am.
Okay, so Shaina, let me come to you for the fundamentals since he's a long-term investor. ONGC, what do you see for ONGC on the fundamentals? Because this is one company which has been very volatile, and because the crude prices have been very volatile, from touching those $112 to now sitting actually sub $100 per barrel level. ONGC has been, of course, in focus on the back of that. But in the long term, say a period of 1 year, Shaina, do you really see that there could be more upside to his buying price, or should he? What should he do? What should be his strategy at this point?
I would suggest hold, because though he's making slight amount of losses, the things are turning in favor of ONGC. If you see the crude oil price, while if it's not too good for the whole of economy, but for ONGC it is good because I would say that at around $100 BBL and likely to remain so till there's a complete settlement as to what's happening in Middle East and the Strait of Hormuz. I think ONGC should do much better over the next maybe year or so. And in terms of pure valuations, also it is not expensive. Considering all these factors, one can continue to hold.
So that's the answer for ONGC. I think you should hold on to it, Vijay, because the valuations are good, and perhaps given the movement in oil, perhaps you can see more upside to it. So a hold is on the call for ONGC. But I think you have another question as well, right? On a tech name. Go ahead with that.
Yes, ma'am. I have to hold 23 shares for TCS at average price of 2,945. Due to AI crisis, but it comes slow. At the market for volatility, I will be hold for long term, or I can exit for 3,000 or something, ma'am. For TCS.
Okay, so again, that's a counter that you might hold for the longer term, right? Like for next 1 or 2 years.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Shainaka, let me come to you again for TCS. He's clearly sitting at a loss here, but that has been the case with all the IT counters. Do you see some bit of a reversal that might come on the IT names? Because, of course, as far as the valuations are concerned, right now, we are in a situation where there is perhaps a possible upside, given the fact that we have seen major correction in all the IT names.
Yeah, I think even just like ONGC, where you can, if you want to sort of keep levels to watch for, maybe like, for example, ONGC, you can keep a level of about maybe 20 rupees lower from current levels. TCS also, these are large caps which should benefit from the rupee depreciation on one hand. Valuations have become attractive. Accenture has shown that, the demand for services is also going up. The deal wind is good. So I would say yes, TCS similarly you can hold. Maybe Hemant can give us some levels, but I would say that the prospect for IT sector as a whole looks decent. And in fact, I would believe while there may be some slowdown in terms of service income, AI is now starting to contribute in a big way. So these are stocks that you can hold for the longer term. In terms of valuation, yes, Infosys is still cheaper than TCS, but I would believe even TCS should do well over the next 3 odd years. Maybe Hemant can give us some levels.
All right. That's all. But the Heyman, just before we wind off Vijay's query, levels would you want to give? on TCS?
Kavita, 2350, 2300, and I know this sounds slightly radical, but 1980, it's a support level. That does not mean it's coming till there. So 2350, 2300, and 1980.
All right, so that's the level on TCS. But let's move on. We have Mr. Krishnan Rajgopal from Mumbai on the phone line as well. Mr. Rajgopal, hi, good morning.
Hi, good morning. Good morning.
Thank you so much for sending us your question. You can ask your query.
Yeah. Okay, I'm a regular viewer of your show.
Thank you.
Okay, my query is on three stocks. Number one is Interglobe Aviation, that is Indigo. It has come down from the high level of 6,200 odd to around 4,200 odd, these days. Time bought 10 shares for around 4,400 sometime back.
Okay.
That's number one. Number two is on BSC Limited. Yeah,
Okay.
at the current levels of around 2,800 odd. Is it a good time to enter? And the third one is Cochin Shipyard.
Okay.
Is it also a good time to buy?
Okay, so let's take it one by one. Indigo.
Yes.
So the view is long term, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Okay. Shaina, I'll come to you for all of these three counters. First is Indigo. Shaina.
Well, I would be negative on Indigo, and I would suggest, you're making loss, but I would suggest even at these losses, a major portion of the quantity should be exited. Look after maybe a couple of months to relook. See, jet fuel contributes about 40% of their cost, and as you see, the cost has risen substantially, and we do not know when it is going to ease out. Secondly, is the travel is considerably reduced, so we'll have to see in terms of bookings what is the impact likely to be on their overall revenue. So I think this year is going to be a washout for them after a very good performance in the last year. So I would suggest it is an exit.
So that's the take on Interglobe Aviation. Right time to buy BSC and Cochin Shipyard, China?
Yeah, I'm positive on both of them. See, BSC in terms of pure valuation is slightly expensive, so you can keep buying it at dips. But I think the capital market exposure, if one wants to be, it is best to be in, say, BSC, or even keep some money aside for NSE when the listing will come in 6 months. I think these are the best if you have a long term investor and keep it for the long term. Buy it at dips if at all, and even current levels, in a small staggered way, I wouldn't be too averse to it. And Cochin Shipyard also, I believe, the sector is going to have a lot of traction going forward. So I would say that yes, all the shipyard stocks are good, including Cochin Shipyard. If you got a long-term view, the order book is quite huge. The only thing is implementation has to improve. There is going to be some impact of higher raw material cost, but I think overall it should be absorbed. Defense sector is giving a lot of orders. So I would say these two are good holds in the portfolio for the long term.
Heymin, quick buy price in BSC and Cochin Shipyard if you might want to recommend something.
Cochin Shipyard buy price would be 1260 and 1200. BSE, the buy price would be, I believe it's slightly currently on the higher side, but nevertheless, buy price would be around 2700, 2640, and 2540. I'm saying this split it because markets are still too volatile despite the bounce. I don't think we're yet out of the woods.
All right, let's quickly slip into a short break and come back and get all your questions answered. You can, in the meantime, write into us and we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. You're watching Buy Now, Sell Now, and we are answering your stock-specific questions. Let's shift focus to WhatsApp queries now, and this is Mr. Venkatesh from Indonesia. He's got 125 shares of Clean Science at 840 and 500 of Crompton at 280. He wants to add more. Assuming it's a short-term or a positional view, Heymin, I'll come to you. What's going to be your recommendation basis the buy price?
Okay, he's bought Clean Science at 840. So currently it's on the mend. So I'd say, yeah, if he wants to average, now is the time to buy clean hands. So bottom formation is in place. Not much to lose at current levels. As far as Crompton Greaves is concerned, not fair to compare stocks, but it's relatively better. Downside does appear limited, but this is from a medium-term point of view. The bigger picture still is a bit wobbly, but yeah, currently I don't see a downside below 230. A close about 255 will be further upside. Medium-term bottom is in place. Worst seems to be over, but from a medium-term point of view.
All right, thank you for that view. But let's move on to the next question now. Dikshi is writing in. She says, can you get the fundamental and technical view on Castrol India? Okay, technical view on Castrol India. She has not written her buying price or her holding period also. But Shaina, let me come to you. Castrol India, say for the period of next 1 to 2 years, what would be a fundamental view on Castrol?
Yeah, after the correction, yes, this is likely to consolidate and then look up, but we have to keep a watch on. So overall performance has been decent, but we have to keep a watch on what is the impact of higher crude oil prices on the raw material cost. So I would say you can buy it, but buy it on dips, not right away.
All right, so buy it on dips. That's the word on Castrol. But Himail, let me come to you on the technical. What does the chart say for Castrol?
Ankita doesn't look as if it's going to do anything much. Very strong support at 170 and 155. So if he's going to buy, I think that's the level to buy. Stock is not a very fast moving stock. It's in a medium term and probably a longer term downtrend. These are the levels. I don't see a big price erosion though, despite the technical weakness.
Right, wait for the prices to cool down. That's the take coming in on Castrol. But then we have Mr. Subramanian from Chennai on the phone line. Hi, sir. Good morning.
Hello, good morning. I'm a regular spectator of this program.
Thank you so much for watching.
I bought 40 shares of CEC shares
Okay.
at 128 average price.
128. Got
Shall
it.
Shall I buy it now for more and accumulate for long-term purpose?
Okay, you want to accumulate more, is that right?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
all right. Shaina, 128 is the buy price. He wants to accumulate more.
Well, yeah, so it is actually power sector is now doing pretty well. But if you want to accumulate, it is better to buy it closer to about, if you're holding it, I would say for the longer term, it is better to buy it at little lower levels, closer to about 145, and then you can hold it for the long term. I would think that they're doing pretty well. And even in the RE business, in terms of renewable energy, they have got good projects. So you can buy it at lower levels and hold it.
All right, so that's the view on CESC. But with that, it's time for a quick breather. Don't go anywhere. We'll come back and get all your questions answered. Stay tuned and don't go anywhere and keep sending me questions. The number is flashing on top of your screens. Welcome back. You tuned into Buy Now, Sell Now, the show that answers all your stock-specific questions. And let's resume with all the questions that you have been writing in to us with. Parthasarathy, who's from Chennai, is writing into us. He says he's bought 75 shares of IRCTC at a buying price of 775. He says, should he hold it, average, or sell? He's not written his time horizon or the holding period, but he's clearly sitting at a loss, as all railway counters have seen fair bit of a correction there. Say if you take a time horizon for the next 1 year, Shaina, what would be your opinion? Can we see a rebound coming in on IRCTC?
I think it will consolidate for some time. Maybe a support of closer to about 500 should be a decent support. Yes, I think the performance has been quite subdued if you see the last 1 year, and which is actually reflected in the stock price having corrected quite a bit. But now I believe it is at a good support, and even in terms of business ticketing, there are some positives. So I believe one can hold it as of now, keep a stop loss close to around 500.
Okay, next question is coming in from Mohit from Ludhiana. He's got 200 shares of Container Corp at 512. Time horizon is 3 years. Shaina, I'll come to you once again. It's a long-term hold. What's going to be your recommendation?
These stocks have corrected quite a bit, from their highs. And in terms of valuations, also they have started looking attractive. I think the business, container business is likely to pick up with increasing rail network improving. I would say, there could be some bit of correction even going forward because of the impact of raw materials and increased prices, but I would suggest that you can continue to hold, keep a close stop loss close to about maybe 420, but do hold it as of now and see if it can rebound from here. Otherwise, you can take a call again.
All right, so that's the view coming in on Concor. But let's move on to the next question. Anthony Fatman is writing from Chennai. He says he's bought Tata Capital at 316. So should he switch to HDFC Bank? Again, he's again not given a time horizon. But Shaina, let me come to you. Tata Capital he's holding. He's bought it at 316. Do you think HDFC would be the right pick if he wants to switch?
This is a difficult call to make because if you look at the NBFC space, Tata Capital is one of the best place in terms of valuation. And I would believe that their AUMs are growing at a pretty good space. It could consolidate. The stock could consolidate for some time, but I believe it's a good stock to hold. HDFC Bank, on the other hand, the valuations have become so attractive. It is it is lesser than 2 times price to book. So I would say if you're a long-term investor, you can hold 50% of HDFC Bank and 50% of Tata Capital. I think that's a good break of investment for the long term.
All right, this question is coming in from Mr. Balan. Heyman, I'll come to you because he wants to know the buy price. Good time to buy IT stocks. He's asking Infosys, TCS, Coforge, and also what he should be picking from HDFC and MCX.
Okay, Kavita. HDFC and MCX, that's a completely different tangent. MCX is in a long-term uptrend, HDFC is in a long-term downtrend. Having said that, MCX has moved up too much to recommend a fresh buy over here. We're getting top heavy, so probably a medium-term peak is coming into place if we don't take out 2700. So HDFC, I think, is good at current levels, but it's a bounce. But yeah, compared to both, I think HDFC is a buy. IT stocks, one needs to keep in mind this is a recovery, not a rally. It's fallen off a cliff, very strong support level. Most of the IT stocks are at longer term supports, whether it's Infosys, TCS, Coforge, Emphasis, LTM, and even an OFSS or HCL Tech. Simply put, you can buy all of these at current levels, but for an investor, I would not advise this, but you will have to buy and then sell next month because I repeat, it's a recovery, not a rally. So if he wants to avoid this whole rigmarole, wait for a final fall or buy 1/4 now or 1/3 now, and then add more if and when it comes down. But current levels are a good levels to buy IT from a slightly shorter term point of view.
All right, Himane and Shaina, thank you so much for taking the time out and joining us. That was the last stock query for the day, but thank you so much for joining us today. And let's move on to an ET now, exclusive, where the sources are telling that the Kotak Bank is facing allegations of a potential fraud of around 150 crore in account linked to Panchkula Municipal Corporation. My colleague Ankur Mishra is joining us with the details of that. Take it away, Ankur.
Yes, now the Kotak Mahindra Bank Panchkula Municipal Corporation has alleged and fraud of 150 to 160 crore, and how this fraud happened. When they tried to take out the amount from the branch, they were not able to do so, and hence this alleged fraud was detected. Now, funds were kept as a fixed deposit with banks and that were missing during the withdrawal attempt, and that amounts to around 58 crore. We were also told that the checks reveal that discrepancies are over 150 crore in the accounts, and allegations of diversion of funds have been surfaced. Now, this has happened allegedly with bank officials as well as people from outside collaborating and making this fraud a success. And more importantly, Haryana government has now ordered vigilance investigation into the matter, and the case is likely to be investigated with State Vigilance and Anti-Corruption Bureau. We also reached out to Kotak Mahindra Bank for response, to which they confirmed that this has happened in that particular branch. But more importantly, they have initiated a detailed reconciliation of fixed deposit and linked bank accounts maintained by the municipal corporation. Now, what they have found, the bank has confirmed, based on records and examined so far, they are saying that all the processes, including KYC and documentation, authorization, were all in order. But they have also filed a complaint with the police so as to ascertain what was the reason of this kind of alleged fraud which has happened in the bank. However, bank is saying that they are fully cooperating with the authorities in this matter. But more importantly, this has surfaced after, you remember, IDFC First Bank fraud had surfaced in the same state earlier.
All right, Ankur, thank you so much for joining us with the details for that, and we'll keep getting you more updates as and when they start trickling in. But with that, it's a wrap on this edition of Buy Now Sell Now. We'll see you on Friday, since it's a truncated week and markets are shut tomorrow. But we'll come on Friday and get all your questions answered. Thank you so much for tuning in.